Discommunication is a manga about Togawa falling in love with her fellow classmate Matsubue. Now, if I gave you that summary, you probably roll your eyes at me and say, yeah, her and everybody else. It's basically the plot point to any drama, any manga, any anime, any basically TV show out there. Girl falls in love with boy or boy falls in love with girl. It's gonna be one of those. Discommunication is a manga made by Riichi Ueshiba. Sorry if I mispronounced that. But if you recognize that name, then you probably know them from the infamous Mystery Girlfriend X. That's a whole other topic we are not going to get into right now. Why they chose to animate that instead of Discommunication is beyond my comprehension. So you know the simple construct: girl trying to get with boy, boy trying to get with girl, but this time it's girl trying to get with boy. But Matsubue, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, is simply a weirdo type character. Riichi has done an amazing job adding this twist to his character concept, as most weirdo characters are shown to be socially awkward, shy, or generally preferred as like mysterious in some type of way. While Matsubue might be all those traits combined, he is definitely not the normal weirdo type. He walks through sewers. He blinds his girlfriend completely for a day just because he can. And he ghosts his girlfriend for the entire summer because he wanted to get an item from a god. That is not the normal shy type. Don't look at me. I've crushed on you for years, and this is the first time I'm actually talking to you. It's not that. It's far from that. If you came here looking for that, I'm sorry. There's like 50 million other mangas about that. Go pick one up of those. But here we're talking about borderline insane, but awfully kind of sweet love. It's weird. It will make more sense as I explain it to you. Spoiler warning, although I'm only going to be covering the first volume in this video, and I think this is the first thing that I'll ever touch of it, because the rest of the volumes are kind of spread out, mix and match here and there in English, hard to get your hands on, you know, and the stories I find after volume 1 really disconnect from the main core story shown in volume 1. Did I say that wrong? I probably did. If you're interested in anything I just said, I highly recommend you click off this video and go read Discommunication, because it's best to go in blind. And if you read it out of what I just said, and if it interests you, you are in for a motherfucking trip of beauty and grace and honestly, just goodness all around. This communication opens with Togawa visiting Matsubue in an abandoned building, and from the start you can really tell that he is spiritual in a way. I guess you could put it like that. He is sort of obsessed with gods, other realms, spiritual bindings, rituals, and stuff like that. He practices it a lot and studies it a lot. The only thing I could kind of relate this to is the sort of occult character in trope in anime and manga, where they have a character who really just wears a cross, upside down cross necklace, and they're like, I speak to the spirits. You wanna fuck? But with Matsubue, you could really see that he takes pride and he lives for this stuff. It's figured in his clothes all the time, and his whole room and his collection of mystical realm, folklore, spiritual things. I also like how the character designs of all the characters are really simple, and they're just often put against these big, colorful, detailed backgrounds. It really pops, and it makes for a trippy experience. The first interaction we see with Togawa and Matsubue being intimate is Matsubue asking Togawa if she will let him drink her tears. He even says he prepared some onions for her if she can't muster the tears. I swear, it gets better and mystical and magical, and it will be the best reading of your life. I swear it gets better. Just wait. From that point on, we're told that he asks these weird requests often. He offers to like tickle her, to hear her laughter, to cut her hair from her nape, to do her hair, to clean her ears, to sleep with her. But it's not what you think. It's generally him just wanting to sleep next to her and saying, I hope we share a dream together. And it's really cute. It's really cute to me. It's so cute. Now, this is the first time we get to see Matsubue and see how different his sort of affection and intimacy is towards our normalized like affection of hand holding, hugs, kisses, you know, those times, gifts, stuff like that. He is a different ball game. Now, these are just my notes that I figured out when I was reading it, or what I think the author was trying to do. I've noticed that Matsubue has like similar traits towards animals and how they show their love. When you look at other animals, kissing, hugging, anything like that other than reproduction, but I think you would know that, they're not present in animal customs. Animal customs contain mainly grooming others, playing, and protecting. Now, some can argue that we're human and we're more intelligent and we grew out of these traits and sort of kept our own customs. Like, we made our own customs, basically. Because we grew out of it, we're too intelligent to do that anymore. So we grew out of it, made our own customs, and ran with it. But I still think it's kind of crazy how humans, like, made locking breathing holes intimate. Like, I don't know. Togawa is a very stubborn, honest girl, and she doesn't know herself why she fell in love with Matsubue. And they don't do what traditional couples do, and it's hard to tell if Matsubue actually loves her, like likes her. While it's true Matsubue is hard to read, he generally enjoys and likes her company in these little weird times they have together. While some of these actions seem a little bit annoying to Togawa, she is always there to allow it, to accept it. She doesn't really understand, but something in her mind is telling her to allow him to do this. So, in the second chapter, Togawa makes Matsubue a cushion for his birthday, and in return, he gets her to perform a ritual with him as a thank you. Does a ritual with her that sends her soaring through the skies and the realms and everything like that. And when she wakes up, he says it was a simple thank you gesture. Now, if this scenario was any other manga, any other anime, any other show, really, a guy would just give the girl a kiss in exchange for this. But he gives her a fucking ritual that fills her with love, and she soars across this empty abyss, like with space and between other realms, and it's really magical and mystical. Matsubue really flips this whole perception that we have of normal love. The couple haven't even kissed yet, but they're soaring through space and time together. This really shows how otherworldly his love is. Now, if you thought this was just gonna spin into a thriller type supernatural anime, oh, Matsubue, he has superpowers, how did he get me to that realm? Oh my god, you are a different being, you're a fucking alien, we need to get you to the government's gonna track you down, and oh no, my lover. It doesn't. He goes right back to brushing her teeth. It is apparent that Matsubue really has a connection with this other realm, spirit world, or whatever throughout the story, but it is never the main topic. It always focuses on the romance aspect, and that's what I really love about it. The next chapter, after flying through the space and heavens above, is literally a jealousy arc. Togawa accidentally like kisses a guy and Matsubue sees, but it doesn't really bother him. And from what I've seen, it is true. He's not playing jealous like, oh, you decided to kiss him? Well, I don't care. Let me just call you 24/7 to see where you're at. He doesn't do that. He's not jealous of a kiss because he doesn't deem it worthy. It's not worth anything, which is why they haven't kissed at this point in the story, but they flew through space. They haven't kissed, but they flew through space because he doesn't deem it as anything. It's nothing. This man finds cleaning out her earwax more intimate than kissing. There's literally this one in the window where it's like he's innuending that like he's horny or something, and then he drags her in a bush in the park and just starts cleaning out her earwax, and he even gets mad when she doesn't let him finish. This gets Togawa upset because she is wrapped around this perception of normalized love. This is what couples do. This is what we should be doing. This is what I want. I want him to kiss me. I want him to be loving and affectionate and hold me. And Matsubue is just not, that's not him. He shows his love and affection through other means and deems our normal perception of love as something that you shouldn't waste time on because it really means nothing. She is constantly told by the people around her, her friends, everyone, that you guys are weird, like you're dating so long, like it's been half a year and you guys haven't kissed yet. He doesn't deem you as anything. You're nothing to him but maybe a friend. This is where the title Discommunication comes into play. I think it works perfectly in this. Both of them have their own idea but have no idea what the other wants nor is doing, and I think that's a great concept, a great dynamic. Togawa is stuck on these ideas that this is what love is supposed to be. Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't we doing this? Are we really a couple? Do you really like me? Or am I just a friend? Are you using me? Type situation. Matsubue is showing his love in a way he can, that she can't understand. He doesn't really explain himself about what he's doing most of the time. He just asks her and she says yes. And the same flip of the coin goes for her. She doesn't explain to him, I want this, and we need to go on a date now, go on a picnic date or something. She does not say anything. He doesn't say anything. And it's a cycle of both of them not understanding the other's feelings. Matsubue finally gives Togawa what she wants. He gives her an act of intimacy, of normal love. And he even says to her, this is not what you were thinking, is it? Giving us some insight on Matsubue's perception of these actions. He doesn't deem this worthy of love. He doesn't deem these actions as feasible. He doesn't deem these actions as anything. He even asked her if this is what she wanted. He'll just do it. You just need to tell him what she wants. Togawa's emotions break a window, jumping back on the aspects of supernatural energy and love and all this, and Matsubue can see visions, and we get to see this is how he's been treating the love and affection that he receives on his side of the end. He takes her affection being the visions that she gives him, unintentionally or intentionally not, when he does these actions. Matsubue allows Togawa to feel his level of intimacy and see a vision of herself going back in the past, even going beyond the womb, and then him bringing her back to reality to put her in his shoes. He then gives her the kiss she's been longing for, but in that moment she deems it as nothing. She is more focused on the vision. She doesn't even say anything about the kiss. It was quite dull, to be honest, in her words. In that moment, she connects with him and she sees how meaningless lips locking really is when you can experience things like this. At the end of the chapter, Togawa is crying again, and Matsubue drinks her tears and smiles because of how all the beautiful visions he is seeing from her. And call me creepy. I like that. That's so nice. It's so new, refreshing. It's so sweet in a weird way. And this whole story is sweet in a weird way. It's so sweet in a weird way. It's so sweet in a weird way. The next chapter is fairly uneventful. They meet a rival girl that basically never comes back. She's fucking banished to the Shadow Realm. She never fucking comes back. Like throughout the volumes I've read, like I think I reached volume 6-5 before I started losing my footing, my tracking in the English stuff. She never shows up. This chapter was fairly pointless. They just talk about the rival girl and how she's special in the same way he is, as she sees these visions and she tries to win over Matsubuke's love. Basically a rival episode in any common anime. And the last chapter of the volume 1 is where Matsubuke invites her on a date, and he blindfolds her, locks her in a room for 24 hours while he watches. She doesn't outwardly say no, but I think no one wants to be blindfolded and locked in a room for 24 hours. So we could deem this action a bit strange, like out of the norm strange for Matsubuke. During the 24 hours, he is standing outside the door waiting on her every call, helping her anytime she needs it. Anytime she yells for him, he's there to quickly open the door and feed her and talk to her, reassure her, and stuff like that. The only thing he doesn't allow her to do is take off the blindfold. She doesn't know why Matsubuke is doing this to her, but she stays, and at the end of it, he goes to get her, and she sees through the blindfold around her face. She sees him vividly, like she sees him in 4K, like her eyes saw through the cloth. And then he brought her outside and showed her this beautiful, dazzling, grazing sunset, which was amazing in her eyes. It was beautiful, magnificent, just this big panel of a sunset. She thinks she understands why Matsubuke put her in the room for 24 hours, and she says it to him like she understands why he did it, so he could show her this beautiful sunset. And then he takes off the blindfold and he's like, what are you talking about? It is like 11 at night right now. Go home. Then we're out of chapters. That's the end of it. Sadly, that's the end of volume 1. So there are more volumes, as you know, but like I said, they're hard to find in English, at least. And the stories don't really connect. They don't really make sense. As the rival girl, we never see her again. Matsubuke kisses her and again, but now he thinks that she's pregnant. From what I read, there aren't any more rituals of love. It has basically turned into a supernatural romance anime, what I said before, and that is not anime, a manga. I keep saying anyways. That is really sad. It's sad for me. Like, that was so disappointing because this was so refreshing in the sense of romance manga and entertainment. It was so refreshing, and then it took a real dip in quality. I don't know what was going through the creator's mind, but I still love volume 1. Volume 1 is amazing. You can read the rest of the volumes, but they're weird. I will say that right now. They're weird. There's one with fucking 2 kids. It's so weird. It's more focusing on Matsubuke being this powerful being from another realm, and stops focusing on his weird attributions of love and what he used to do. So, what is my personal opinion on Discommunication? Discommunication is a story about 2 lovers not understanding each other's idea of love and affection, and how they show it. Togawa's idea of love is generally leaning towards what we know now: kisses, hugs, everything, gifts, hold my hand, stuff like that. What's portrayed in the media, what's everyday couples, social norms, really. That's her whole perception of love, is social norms, following this because other people do it. While Matsubukai's perception of love deems all of these actions pointless, when you can have more intimate experiences in his eyes, you can literally go through realms from a ritual together. You can literally see each other's like visions and of each other's, and he just deems all these kisses and what society has brought up to be just pointless. That's why he doesn't do any of it without her actually explaining it to him. Doing all these weird actions like brushing her hair, shaving her nape, just listening to her bite while she eats, and like cleaning out her ear, of course, his favorite, cleaning out her ear, his favorite. And at the end of the volume, I generally believe that Togawa was starting to see what he sees and was going to change her idea of love through the whole sunset and the blindfold thing, and how Matsubukai generally didn't actually know what she saw or how she saw. He just did it because he wanted to. So I think that was the author trying to allude that she would generally grow to learn how to love his way. But sadly, that's the end of that plot line. Discommunication shows us that not all love is the same, and that we should enjoy these small moments that seem pointless and focus on them and really enjoy the time you have together, instead of this main view of body connection, kissing and hugging and giving gifts and holding hands. We should really focus on the time we have with each other, these simple experiences as cutting your partner's hair. I don't know if you want to clean their ears, but clean their ears, nibble on their ears, just listen to them bite, listen to their laughter, things like that. Like, enjoy the whole person for who they are, not what they have on them. It is a genuine refresher to see something like this actually exist. Now, going back to what I first said in the first sentence of this whole video, there are hundreds of thousands of billions of anime with that same exact concept, and with like 50 other twists, and they all twist them the same exact way. And I find that really disappointing when it comes to romance anime and manga, because I see it as no creativity, no nothing. Like, we never explore the concepts of love and what it can mean deeper. Even those romance animes and mangas with like monsters and hybrids and like different types of species of humanoids and stuff, they don't really flesh out. They just, oh, I'm a human, but I have dragon wings. Oh, I'm basically a human, but I have a snake tail. It's literally the only thing they add to it is mating season. Like, is this Tumblr? Is this Tumblr? Mating season? I expect to see that on my fucking dashboard. This is just so refreshing, and I wish other people did it more often. With how tricky and annoying love can be, Discommunication takes that concept and turns it on its head and gives us a wonderful, whimsical experience to read through. Which is why I can proudly say Discommunication is the best romance manga you've never read. So hey guys, this is my first video back. I'm just kidding, none of you know who I am. Like, it's been 7 fucking years, like none of y'all know who I am. But yeah, if you're watching this from your descriptions, what the fuck? Like, literally, what the fuck? You know what I'm talking about. Like, what the fuck? Thank you for watching my video. It was scripted, some parts just deleted on my iPhone, and that's kind of embarrassing, but you know, I had to re-record a whole 40 minutes. Yay! But like, I wrote the script up at like all night last night. Like, it's 4 pages, and this was my first time reading from a script, so I said a lot of ums, I messed up a lot of words, and I'm so sorry for the mispronunciations. But if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. You know, help me in the algorithm. Help me in the algorithm. Help me. You watch this far. Help me. You like my content, so help me. I have Twitch, I do gaming. I'm also gonna do some more anime reviews. Comment down below what I should review. Something I like or something I hate. Like, vote now. Something I like or something I hate. Vote now. I feel like people are gonna pick hate because people love dogging on something. But yeah, for my first video back, I wanted to do something that I loved. Anyways, thank you guys for watching so far. I appreciate you. I love you. This was a big video to get out and make. Generally just because I wanted to, and this is my debut video back. So, like, yeah, thank you guys for watching. You came to laugh at my mental illness, but instead you laughed at 2 people cleaning earwax for love, and that's all the explanation I'm gonna give you for this outro. Okay, bye.